What's going on, everyone? J.O. here, bringing you guys a playoff predictions video. I'm going to go through the first round of the playoffs, and yeah, so basically all that. Taking you guys through what I think is going to happen. So, kicking off in the wild card round, we got Kansas City at Houston, Pittsburgh at Cincy, Seattle at Minnesota, Green Bay at Washington. So, for the first Saturday matchup, kicking off at 4 o'clock at Houston, Kansas City's taking on Houston. If you guys remember, these two teams played at the beginning of the year, and Houston got stomped by Kansas City. But since then, the two teams have changed tremendously. There's no Jamal Charles on Kansas City, and there's no Arian Foster on Houston, but that doesn't seem to be stopping these two teams. These two teams are driven by defense, and lately these two teams have been playing phenomenally on the defensive side of the ball. The Texans have been one of the best defensive teams at the latter part of the year, and they don't seem like they're cooling down anytime soon. And over to the Chiefs. And it's most likely this game's going to come down to offensively, who can get the most on offensively with what they have. And personally, I think the Texans can actually pull this off for two reasons. First of all, they're playing in Houston, so it's an advantage because Kansas City is a very good home team with that crowd. Second of all, I think actually Houston's defense is better than Kansas City's, to the fact where Kansas City's not going to be able to move the ball as much as they want to. The one place where Kansas City could beat Houston is with the tight end Jason Kelce. The Texans are going to have to do something to stop him. But the way the Houston defense has been playing, Whitney Merciless and J.J. Watt, they've been unstoppable. The secondary has been great. Jonathan Joseph's been one of the best corners in football in the second part. Yes, Marcus Peters has been very good too. He's a Pro Bowler. But Jonathan Joseph statistically has been the better cornerback for the second half of the year. I'm taking my chances with Houston. That's what I'm predicting in the first matchup. For the second matchup, we got Pittsburgh at Cincy. Cincy's a very, very good home team, but are they as good as a home team without without Andy Dalton? If Dalton plays in this game, I can see Cincy winning. Right now, Dalton is probably out. I don't see him playing in this game. I really don't at all. So they're going to have to roll with McCarron. They got Eifert back. A big injury is going to be D'Angelo Williams. He suffered a bad ankle injury. If he plays, it's going to shake things up. But honestly, the way this is going to come down to is who can score more points. Because both these defenses to me are very similar. They both aren't phenomenal. They both aren't horrible. And they both are kind of similar. Good linebacking cores on both teams. Decent secondary on both teams. And a pretty good defensive line. But offensively, I really do think the Steelers will have what it takes with Big Ben there, Antonio Brown. No team has really been able to shut down Antonio Brown when Big Ben's been there. Martavius Bryant's been going off. Same with Marcus Wheaton. I know Eifert is tough to stop in the red zone. I know AJ Green's tough to stop, but the weapons on the Steelers seem better, and the Steelers' offense honestly has been doing better as of late. And if D'Angelo Williams is ready for that game, Steelers winning. Even without D'Angelo Williams, I still have the Steelers winning. I don't really trust AJ McCarron in the playoffs. So there's the two Saturday matchups. The Sunday matchup, first one, kicking off at 1 o'clock, is Seattle at Minnesota. Minnesota beat Green Bay in the final week of the season to get the home field advantage. So they take on Seattle. Very, very good game. Honestly, these two teams played a while back when Seattle was starting to get hot, and Seattle stomped them. But they had Thomas Rawls then. Thomas Rawls is done for the year. They got Christian Michael now. Beast Mode might be making a comeback. Seattle finished the year on a very, very high note with destroying Arizona in Arizona. Honestly, in this game, I don't think it's going to be anything similar to what we saw the previous matchup between these two teams. I think Minnesota's going to play a lot better of a game. But the one difference between these two teams, they have very similar defenses. They're both phenomenal defenses. But the one thing deciding these two teams is the passing game. Seattle's passing has been on fire. Russell Wilson in his last 7 games has been one of the best quarterbacks in football. Only 1 interception. Absolutely ridiculous quarterback rating, passing numbers and all. He's been a monster. And that's where the Vikings lack. Yes, the Vikings can run the ball well with Adrian Peterson, but it seems like the Seattle Seahawks can run it well, and if they get beast mode back, I think it's pretty much game over. Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett, the special teams. All in all, I do think Seattle wins this game. But I think it'll be a lot closer than we saw the previous matchup between these two. And the last one we have is a matchup that I'm actually might be picking, I guess you can call it underdog. And we got Green Bay at Washington. Thinking in your head, oh, Green Bay versus Washington, that NFC East is so bad, Green Bay's going to win. Green Bay's going to win. And to be honest, I don't think you could just say Green Bay's going to win. Green Bay's been playing some atrocious football lately. They finished 10-6, congratulations. but they ended the season on such a bad note. And I really don't have any faith in them. And Kirk Cousins had a phenomenal season, a super, super high completion percentage. Numbers actually pretty similar to Aaron Rodgers. Threw for more yards than him, similar touchdown interception ratio. And then on the other side of the ball, I mean, defensively, these two teams are, again, somewhat similar, but the Redskins at home are a different team. The Redskins have a very good home record. The Redskins almost always win at home. Their home record compared to away is different. They're 6-2 at home. Yes, again, the Packers are 5-3 away, but in Washington, when that crowd is hyped, it's hyped. When you saw it during the RG3 era, it was bananas. It was not easy to play in there. And I don't like the chances with the Packers. Yes, they got Aaron Rodgers, which is better than Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins and Jordan Reed are on a different level. I think this team is on a different level, and I'm going to pick the Washington Redskins to beat the Packers. I'm not sure if you guys would call that an upset. Personally, I think it's close to an upset, if not an upset. It's as close as you're going to get. And then heading into the divisional round, I'm not going to make predictions for that. I'll wait for these two to unfold. But we got teams like New England and Arizona waiting some opponents, and Carolina and Denver. So those will be some nice matchups, see how they unfold, see what teams will be playing who. But guys, stir up some conversation down in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to win these games? Do you disagree? Do you agree with me? Because I'm not going to lie, I mean, these are some great matchups, and the way these games can unfold, it could be absolutely fantastic. Again, you got teams like the Steelers playing the Bengals, a great divisional matchup. Houston and Chiefs, two teams that played earlier in the year. You also got Seattle and the Vikings who played early in the year, but these two teams are on fire. Then also you got a team like the Redskins playing the Packers. Is it that easy of a game? I don't know. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe for more, guys. I'll take you guys through the rest of the round of the playoffs, and hopefully your team does well, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.